Brandishing his gun wildly, an extremist Israeli settler, Yinon Levi, faces off with Palestinian villagers. He opens fire, with deadly consequences. The same scene filmed by the victim, standing well back from the crowd. Yinon Levi claims he's acting in self-defense, but it seems clear there's no threat to his life. Eyewitnesses, backed by comprehensive video evidence, say he's the only one who's armed. As he shoots, the cameraman falls to the ground. Villagers rush desperately towards him. He died a short while later. This is the man who was killed, Awdah Hathaleen, a prominent local activist who'd helped work on an Oscar-winning documentary. A month on, his dried blood remains on the spot where he died. Alongside an appeal for justice, few here in the occupied West Bank believe will be served.
There are 4 of them now, and there are bases for more.
And now, on land Yinon Levi helped prepare, in the middle of the night, settlers have installed 4 mobile homes.
For more caravans.
Tariq has lived here his whole life. Awdah was his cousin.
These caravans, that they are located now in the heart of the village. Few meters, you can see the community center, the family house there. This is clearly, the intention is to scare the people out of here.
The small Bedouin village of al-Khair has been the focus of non-violent resistance for years, under threat from Israeli demolition orders. All the while, the Israeli settlement of Carmel next door, illegal under international law, has been expanding. It's Israel that sets the rules here. Just 24 hours after the shooting, the settler Yinon Levi was released from jail. More than a dozen Palestinian villagers, including Tariq, were kept in custody for days.
If we have a case where we see the settler pull out his gun and shoot a Palestinian standing there doing nothing, we yet will see the Israeli police, the Israeli government, the Israeli legal system to find an excuse to take the settler out of this crime.
And instead, Palestinians
always like if a Palestinian even have a gun, he would be killed immediately.
Since the October 7th attacks by Hamas, thousands of Palestinians have been forced to flee their homes in the West Bank by violent settlers, emboldened by an atmosphere of revenge and impunity. Over the past 2 years or so, at least 16 Palestinians have been killed by Israeli settlers, according to the UN. As of now, not a single settler has been convicted as a result. Right now, we're on our way to Jerusalem, where Yinon Levi, the man accused of killing Awdah Hathaleen, is due in court. Prosecutors are yet to file charges against him, but residents of al-Khair are trying to obtain a court order banning Yinon Levi from the area as he's repeatedly returned. Hi, Sikandar Kamani from Channel 4 News. Some questions? We've come to try and challenge him ourselves. Why did you shoot an unarmed man? Why are you driving Palestinians off their land? Many people would see you as basically a racist, violent thug. You have nothing to say in response? You think it's funny? I mean, someone got shot, someone got killed. You have nothing to say about it? My goodness. Huh? No? Okay. Nothing to say at all? Radical settlers feel they don't need to answer to anyone. With allies in the heart of government, attacks by extremists now take place on a daily basis. Their aim to drive Palestinians off the land, particularly the rural areas of the West Bank, as right-wing politicians push to formally annex the territory. Hagit Ofrin works with a left-wing Israeli NGO. These incidents of settler violence that we're seeing, are these just the actions of fringe extremists?
It's not fringe extremists. They are extremists. They are not the mainstream, but they have the support of the government. They are making as many facts on the ground as possible to make it harder for establishment of a Palestinian state.
We head back to al-Khair. Despite the violence, the community remains defiant.
Assalamu alaikum.
Awdah Hathaleen's widow says fear won't force her from her home.
We will not lose anything more than we lost. We lost Awdah. Like when they killed Awdah, they didn't kill one person. They killed all the community. But they think that we lost. No, we are not the loser. They are the losers. The settlers the losers. We will be here in this land which like full of Awdah blood.
Even as a number of Western nations now look set to recognize a Palestinian state, life here in the land intended to be at the heart of it looks more precarious than ever. Well, the Israeli government is expected to hold a cabinet meeting this Sunday discussing whether to annex parts of the occupied West Bank. I certainly think something like that is very possible in the lead up to next month's UN General Assembly meeting as an Israeli response to promises by countries like Britain and France to recognize a Palestinian state then. We also saw today part of a US response to those moves where the State Department issued a statement saying that visas would not be granted to officials from the Palestinian Authority, citing, amongst other reasons, negotiations by the PA to secure unilateral recognition for a Palestinian state. It's really an unprecedented move by the Trump administration. Don't forget, when they came into office, they revoked the sanctions that were in place on extremist settlers, including Yinon Levi. It's really incredible when you think about it that someone like Yinon Levi, who's still sanctioned by Britain, here in Israel, he's receiving contracts from state bodies for construction work in the occupied West Bank. But of course, it's Gaza where we continue to see the worst horrors. Dozens more Palestinians killed by Israeli forces today, more deaths linked to the man-made famine too. The Israeli army has also said it's recovered the body of one Israeli hostage who is being held in Gaza and the remains of another. More protests calling for a hostage deal instead of the continuation of the war are expected here in Israel over the weekend.